Welcome everybody to the Northside tips and tricks site. I won't be adding a recipe to the cookbook today, as I want to make a start on the mechanical manual. Today I'll be showing you how to hot wire a motorbike. Now I couldn't fit a bike in the room obviously, so I brought in the gig, the ignition, from an old bike. Though the colours and amount of wires may vary from machine to machine, the principle remains the same. Step 1. Put the bike in its centre stand and turn the wheel to the left so you can access the wires. Find the wire coming from the gig. This is the gig. Yes. And follow it down to its first connector, which is here. Okay, you with me so far? Open the connector if you can. Easier said than done. Now, do not do anything to the wires which run from the bottom of the connector to the engine, this piece. What you're left with is a length of wire, as such, running from the gig to the top of the open connector. Strip the sheet back which covers the wires. Strip it back to 4-5 inches from the end of the connector to expose the wires. Bear with me for a minute. Cut through all the wires. Cut through all the wires. I don't know if you can see that. At the top of the connector. About 3 inches up. Trim each wire to expose approximately ½ inch of copper. I normally use a light off for this, as it saves accidentally cutting the copper. Before you go any further though, examine the bottom end of the connector where you haven't touched any of the wires. As I said before, I don't know if you can see it too well, all bikes are different, be it the amount of wires or the colour of wires, but they all have one thing in common. Using this ignition as an example, I'm going to show you as best I can. Right, it has 5 wires, but if you examine where the wires enter the bottom of the connector, you will find that 4 of them go into one hole while the 5th has a slot of its own. That's the wire for the starting motor. We're in the home straight now, folks. Now take the wires you've cut, separate the one for the starting motor and join the other 3 or 4 or whatever together. As such, you see, I don't know how you can see that. Reconnect the top and bottom connectors. So you have the wires running from the gig into the connector where you haven't touched any of the wires. Then, it's the important bit. The one wire that you haven't connected, the starting motor wire, touch that off the other 4 till the bike turns over. and then separate it again. That's very important, because if you forget to separate the starting motor wire from the rest, your starter will burn out. And that's that. I hope you found this information useful, and I hope you'll tune in again. Thank you.